God Almighty, it's a Sweat Equity podcast coming from Cigar City Studios. I have been very flaky about getting podcasts up, so I wanted to try to do some mini ones. The deal is having a kid and running a business has taken a lot of time. I also have my other college football podcast, still doing stand-up, and, just barely keeping the treading water, you feel like, in the sanity department sometimes. So I wanted to try to do this maybe in the month of December, just try to put out a bunch of mini ones. The deal with this podcast, it was supposed to be half like interview people about hustle and half like give information. And that was kind of the logic behind when Caleb and I started it. And now Caleb's gone, and it's kind of been he's alive. He's just not a co-host anymore. But it kind of delved into this, I should have an interview every time. I don't know why I got in that mindset, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff in like 10-minute podcasts I can kind of go over. So the one thing I wanted to do here is kind of rolling off of Thanksgiving. We'll do a little bit of kind of give a little gratitude in a business way that doesn't cost you any money or very little money. So what I wanted to kind of throw out there, and I'm doing it when I have a few minutes here and there, is online reputation is a big deal for a lot of small businesses. So what I've been doing is kind of going through and going, how can I help my friends' businesses do a little bit better? And I'll tell you why this is kind of cool and kind of weird. So I've just been going through and giving 5-star reviews like you can for this podcast on iTunes. And I've been giving 5-star reviews on Facebook. Just started there while I was already there, kind of wasting my life. I do a lot of Facebook ads, but sometimes I'll go there to start the Facebook ads, and you get distracted by cat videos and Standing Rock videos and all these things that you feel like you need to be kind of in tune with the zeitgeist. So I basically went to my friends' Facebook pages and just try to give 5 stars. Now, I was a little lazy. I didn't think about this till later. If I write a little bit of copy, I think it helps as far as someone else seeing that I gave a 5-star review, because that's the kind of beauty of Facebook. It's that residual of sometimes the algorithm will have it where Facebook pages, when you post something, it'll give you a lot more people. Let's say you have 1,000 followers. It's usually about 5%. So, they switch it up. It could be 10% another month. So my thing with this was I started giving 5-star reviews, and then I could see my friends giving the mutual friends business 5-star reviews. So this is a cool way to kind of give gratitude. So if you want to give Tokabaga Consulting or Toko Works, which is our shorthand, if you want to give us a review, you can go on a Facebook page, give us a 5-star. You can write something like, hey, I listened to this dude's podcast, and I thought this was a good idea. That was the cool thing. The more you give, the more you get back. So eventually I feel like that will come backwards towards this business. And look, reviews aren't everything, and it is kind of gaming the system a little bit. Not really, though, because if we're just making an initiative to ask, and a lot of people don't ask. A lot of business owners don't have time or don't know how important these can be. So, like, if you have a friend that owns a restaurant, a bar, go to Yelp, go to Facebook, go to Google, go to OpenTable, TripAdvisor. Those are always good. Those are kind of those B2C sites that are good for seeing reviews. Okay, this place is legit. Try to write a little something, and try to write a little something different each time. The internet, just as a whole, doesn't give you a lot of points for copy and pasting any text or any content, as far as SEO value and all that. So you have you have a friend that's got a law firm, go on Avvo, avvo.com. Give them a review there. Go on lawyers.com. They're probably on there. Go on Facebook still matters for that as well if they have a presence over there. Google's still huge. Give a Google review. Write a little something. All these things help. There's literally apps that try to help you retain reviews from your friends, from clients, from customers. But this is something you can kind of do for maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a wantrepreneur or whatever. You don't have a lot of time to do it or a lot of money. This is something that's pretty easy, and in a hippie way, you kind of throw it out there, it'll come back. I'm just trying to reel off a bunch of sites. LinkedIn is great as well. If they're on, just try to Google them and go past the first 10 results and see what they're listed on. And if they're not listed on something they should be listed on, maybe you should be like, hey man, you're not on TripAdvisor. No one can find you. You're a videographer. Why aren't you listed on, let me think. Why aren't you listed on, what would a good videographer site? Thumbtack or Moonlighting or Upwork or any of that. There's a lot of things companies are listed on. All that shit helps. So reviews will increase a lot of traffic if it's a local business. You have a coffee shop your friend owns, or maybe you own it, and you got to make that. You got to let people know what you're on to help you out too. So that's the other part of this. If you're listening and you're like, well, this guy's just kind of rambling. I am, but I'm trying to do this Bill Burr style by myself. Let them know, a simple email blast to kind of say, hey, can you take 5 minutes for my coffee shop that also sells bikes? It's a latte fun. That's what it's called. My bike shop, that's a latte fun. We sell coffee too. If you can go on Yelp and you can go on Facebook and Google, take 10 minutes maybe, because people got to log into their shit. If you can just do that, that does go a long way. And if you can kind of get the poor man's term is, the real estate term is the sphere of influence. I use the term ripple effect. You have that ripple effect that you throw a rock in the water, you got that ripple. That's your friends and family. Let's just say it's your family. Then the next ripple, the next circle is your friends, then the friends of friends, and so on. Make sure, it all helps. So that's kind of the gratitude season kind of thing we're going to try to do. And feel free to post, tweet, hit us up, see what results you've gotten from doing this. I think this could be an interesting kind of social experiment. But we're a small podcast. We only have about 500 or 1,000 listeners, and probably a lot less now since I haven't been consistent with it. So try that, and hit me up with the results, or hit me up personally, LawSmith34 at Twitter. I've got a Facebook page. If you put in Law Smith, comedian, digital strategist, or hit up Toko Works, it's not very hard to find me. You can hit me up and say, hey, give me a review for my place, and I'll do it. If you do it all at once, though, by the way, Google will know. So that email blast, you might want to do a drip. All right. Peace.